Hello, so let's talk a little bit more about neonatals. So I got this tub from Walmart. It's really inexpensive, and for the first few weeks of life, that's where they live. You can get a little pop-up tent or a smaller tub if you wish, but as long as you have a heating pad that doesn't turn off, they will pretty much fit into any little space. So here's the heating pad. It's actually under a towel, and then I put the blankets on top. And there they are, all cozy and snuggled up. I also keep a towel over the top just to, in case there are any drafts or anything, but it's also breathable. My setup is in my bathroom, but you can set it up in a closet, a spare room, anywhere that the tub will fit. Here's my setup for the food. This is basically everything that I have. I have the kitten formula. Any brand is fine. I just have the Pet Black one. I also keep plain Pedialyte always with me, just in case you need it for a kitten that may get a little bit dehydrated. And then I also have the Benebac Plus, which is a probiotic. Now, I got this. You don't have to have it. I just personally have it. And then a shaker bottle. I've personally found that the ones with the metal ball inside give a better, smoother consistency for the formula. Then just add all the ingredients in and shake it all up. Make sure you shake it pretty good so you can get any chunks to break up. Also, make sure the lid is on, because I have been caught out too many times shaking up the formula without the lid correctly on. So here you'll see that I have a different nipple. The ones that come with it are perfectly fine. You just will need to cut a hole in the top, or like a cross shape, and as long as the milk drips out consistently, you're fine. The one I have is actually called a miracle nipple that I just put in the top. Again, you don't need the miracle nipple to feed neonatal kittens. That's just something I personally have found to be a great accessory. So now for the poop part. Basically, I just sit down next to the tub in my bathroom and I get them out one by one before I feed them, and you take a soft tissue and you just rub their butts. Check to see, if they're peeing and pooping. They should always pee, and they will poop when they want to poop. It can be a little scary sometimes when you think that they're not or something like that, but they will poop. Under normal circumstances, their mother would do this for them, but because they are without their mother, it's up to us to do that for them. And then I let them find their comfortable position, and then you feed them. I would also stimulate after I fed them. Sometimes it can take a few tries for them to latch on, but bearing in mind, they're brand new at this, but they will get it. Sometimes they can get a little messy with their poops, and that's totally okay. We can give them a wash, a butt bath, as we like to call it. It's totally okay to do this. Run your tap and make sure it's warm, not hot, just warm, and use a baby safe soap, and you just lather it up and wash their behinds. You want to do this as quickly as possible, and the main thing with this is just to be prepared. So I have a towel there for him after I finish doing that. And we just want to remember to keep their heads above any water. If they did happen to get anything up on their head or around their face, then it's okay to go in with a washcloth with warm water, or like a Q-tip or something like that, to just get it off. Now we go to drying, and I'm putting him in my towel, and I'm going to make him into a little kitten burrito. Be aware also that when you're drying them, because you're rubbing their behind, they may also go to the bathroom, and that's totally fine. We can just wash the towel. I like to put a heating pad on the floor so it's nice and warm for them and I can still continue to dry them. If you do find that your kitten has a bit of a sore behind, you can go ahead and put some Aquaphor on. That's a really good accessory to have. It won't cause them any harm and it will protect their behind should they have any further poop explosions happen. And now we have a nice, clean, dry behind. Feeding them is of parallel importance to keeping them warm. They will typically want to feed every 2 to 3 hours in that first week. I know it sounds a lot, but it's just 1 week, and then it will slowly progress to 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours between feeds, and then you get to the weaning phase. But it's so important to do this and to help save a life. And look how cute he is. It's super cute. We want to make sure that we are wiping their mouth after feeding because that formula stuff is pretty sticky when it dries and it's easier to wipe it after than to try and get it off later. When you have finished feeding, usually they will turn away from the bottle so you kind of know that they're done, and then it's a good idea to burp them. Now, I do this sometimes by patting them gently or firmly rubbing down their back, and then you'll hear it. And then also when you're feeding them, you'll be able to hear them drinking, and that's always a good sign. If you are ever concerned about it, you can just place your finger under their neck and you'll be able to feel them swallow. And sometimes on feedings they want to drink all the milk and sometimes they don't want any, but as long as you try and offer it to them, they will accept it. If the kitten is being a Mr. Fussy Pants, then it's okay to take a break and try again. It's always a really good idea before feeding and after feeding is to weigh them. Now, I just have this random kitchen scales that I've had in my cupboard forever that I use, and I placed a bowl and I put in a blanket for them so it's not so cold, and then I record the weights to see their progress, and that helps me keep track of their weight gain. It is also really reassuring to see their weight go up, and it would also give you an indicator if your kitten wasn't getting any food or if there is another problem that may need to be addressed. So all in all, they're really cute companions, and don't be scared. There's lots of help and advice available out there, and save a life. It really means a lot.